But for now, let's move on. The minimum support prices were closely watched by economists to see if they are much higher than last year, especially after the BJP seat tally was seen to have been hurt by farmer discontent. Latha is here to analyze the impact of the minimum support prices on the CPI. Latha, over to you.
Well, the MSP is always analysed, the minimum support price is always analysed to see its impact on CPI. This time, of course, more closely because there was this expectation that maybe there was farmer disapproval of the BJP's policies and therefore whether there would be higher increases. But actually the biggest weightage, cereals, and therefore in this case paddy, since wheat is a rabi crop, the MSP, the increase for paddy is 5.36. Last year it was 7%. So clearly that is not showing any indication of populism. Likewise, dal, arhar, which is what? Tur dal. Tur dal is up 7.86% versus 6% last year. But that's also because there has been some double-digit pulses inflation. And therefore, this is an incentive for people to grow more of pulses. And therefore, that is a little higher. But the point is, the MSP itself doesn't enter the CPI. If the minimum support price is high, then market prices rise because traders have to pay even higher to get it from farmers, and therefore the expected price increase of the market rates is higher. However, at the moment when the MSP was being announced, already the paddy and tur dal prices are higher than the MSP price. So this is not going to have any impact on the CPI. The net impact, according to economists, is about 40 to 45 basis points, actually 40 basis points on the CPI. And last year it was over 60 basis points. So clearly, when economists are calculating the CPI forecasts, they factor in some MSP impact. This time it is not more than what they had anticipated. There is a slight higher increase in oil seeds, but that's more to spur production and not much crop is procured, oilseed crop. So it won't have too much of an impact on the CPI. The short point, no economist has raised their CPI forecast after looking at the minimum support price. The other question people were asking is, will the higher MSP indicate more populist budget? Now people are not making that connect anymore because you may not want to give a higher MSP because you don't want inflation to rise. After all, food inflation is pretty high. You could still have a controlled inflation MSP policy and still have a populist budget. So people are not making that connect just yet.
Okay, all right, Latha, thanks a lot for joining in and filling us in with that quick analysis on that front. By the way, a quick check on